Hey engineering students, today we're going to look at making the S block in Onshape. And again, we're not worried about like sizes and dimensions yet. We're just learning how to use these shape tools and practicing. Interesting thing, in the 2D game of Tetris, the S block and the Z block are different because you can only rotate them clockwise or counterclockwise. But you're going to see in the 3D world, they are the same place because you can flip them over this way. So let's take a look at how we're going to make this. I'm going to go a little quick today because I want to show you 3 different ways of making the same shape. And again, like I've said before, different people think differently, and you got to kind of learn how does your brain think and how does your brain solve these problems. So we're going to make S block. All right, so I'm going to start like last time by hiding these things so I only see my top plane to start my sketch here. So this is the way I would make it. And like I said before, so if you long tap and hold down, you'll get this little cursor that Mr. Klosig pointed out in one of the last videos that can help you lock into something. So now that I've got my rectangle, I'm going to tap on the rectangle here to turn that off, and I can grab these lines to kind of make things the right size, the right proportion. So we're going to finish with that sketch and extrude it. And then I've got this block here. And the next thing I'm going to do is go sketch on top of this. And now if I hold down, I'll get that cursor and I can lock into the corner. And then I'm just going to estimate right there. And now I'm going to make another rectangle right there and turn off my rectangle tool by tapping up there. And let's just zoom in on the top view here. So I can grab this and kind of play around with this until I get it in what I think is about the right spot. And again, I'm getting those details to come up. Oops, I had both of them selected. And now I'm just selecting everything. Yikes. All right, so sometimes when I get into situations that I can't get out of, I just finish the sketch and then go back in to edit it. All right. And that has, so this is what we're going to talk about more later in the year, is this has got a constraint on it which kind of locks it into a certain place. So instead of getting into like how to remove those and deal with that, let's just say my piece is good enough here because I don't want to make this video longer than it has to be. And so now I can extrude and remove, and I'm going to pick those 2 surfaces. And now I've got my S block. It's a little funny, it's not the right proportions, but again, we're experimenting. So that's one way to make this. Another way is if we go back to the beginning sketch here, I could use my line tool to start here, make a line, and this is, I'm gonna get locked in on the top here. This is something that honestly is like a little tricky to get used to on the iPad. I think this kind of style of doing things is a lot easier if you have a mouse. Now you see what I did there? I went over there and hovered over that, and that allowed me to lock into it so I can line this up. So let me show you again how that worked. Right, my line's going this way. I'm gonna go down here and touch this, and then I can go here and keep that. You'll see that cursor line, that dashed line there tells me I'm lined up with it. Okay, turn off my line tool and grab this line. I'm going to bring this in a little bit. And now I can just extrude this in one shot. Okay, that's another way of doing it. And, oops. Yet another way would be to let's grab my rectangle tool here. I'm going to make a long skinny rectangle and extrude that. It looks close enough to square. Turn all those off. And now here's the kind of interesting thing. I'm going to build off this, but I'm going to start right. It's nice that it lets me start in the middle point there. There's my first rectangle line. All right. And you'll notice my sketch goes over what I've already made. I can still extrude this. And my proportions are a little bit off there. But so that's two blocks. So you can extrude over empty space. It doesn't have to come out of or go into the shape that you've already made. So I was trying to keep this video under 5 minutes. Sorry I went 6. Hopefully you see something here that helps you out and says like, oh yeah, that makes sense to the way my brain thinks. Good luck making this piece, and I'll see you guys next time.